myself aside, lead the way on this trial. If you don't know the way, I'll make a change. I know we walk for days, losing hope, fading love. This night will be okay, waking up to another day.
Good morning, my friends. I don't know what to call you. Do we need a name? I don't know. I just keep going with friends because I get that this is a parasocial relationship, but also like I'm talking to myself, but I'm also talking to you. So there's that. So good morning, friends. How are you? It is a quiet morning here at the new house. My grandma is off at dialysis, and Jordan and I are just having a nice, slow morning. He is off this week. Like, he didn't have to work. He didn't start his new job until next week. So we've had this like luxury of having this time together, and we've just been soaking it up because it's not something that happens a lot. We're very busy, so him being home with me is a real treat and a real luxury for me, and I'm soaking up every minute of it I can. And I just brought him some coffee so he could lay in a little longer. And I'm gonna make myself a tea latte using this like ninja situation that my grandma had already, so I didn't have to buy it. But this thing has been so cool, so I thought I'd show you guys my like morning drink. I used to really be a coffee girl, especially when I worked an office job and when I worked in retail. I was definitely a coffee drinker. When I started working from home and then started making content, I found that like the coffee was like really stressing me out. Like I didn't need that level because I wasn't having the like social interaction part, and that's what was exhausting me. So I'm definitely a tea girl now. Loved coffee, think it's great, but I've definitely converted to the tea world. And here's what we're gonna make. I have this stash tea. It's the double Brahma Earl Grey. I've made this also with the chai that I like, and you can make this with any sort of tea. I don't like milk in my citrus tea, so be warned there. But I'm gonna make an Earl Grey tea latte, so it's like a London fog, essentially. Here's everything that I need. I need my tea. I need my favorite mug. I need a scoop of sugar, so whatever we're using white sugar right now, so my grandma had in the house. And you need vanilla. This is from Mexico, but you can use any vanilla. Buy the cheap stuff. This is just what my grandma had, so it's what we're using. You're also gonna need hot water, and in my case, I'm going to be using the frother that's like attached to the Ninja. It's like on a little arm here. So I'm going to be using that to foam my milk, but you could use a handheld one too. It will work just fine. I'm just going to turn the kettle on and let that go and start my milk. I like to do my milk in a tall glass jar using this method, but you could do it in anything. I'm just going to use Fairlife. It's what we like. That much is good. A scoop of sugar. A splash of vanilla. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Just so it's warm. It doesn't need to be hot, it just needs to be warm. It will froth better. That kettle is really loud. I turned the light on so maybe you can see better. But it's just like an arm that's attached to the machine. Ta-da! And the little buttons at the top. So you don't have to like go and find the thing. That's my favorite part, is you don't have to go and find it. Okay, more milk, and I go up and down. So frothy, at least triple in volume. Look at that, frothy milk. Now this goes in our tea. And there she is, beautiful. That foam is so delicious. And it feels like a fancy coffee shop drink, and it isn't. I didn't have to pay $8 for a tea latte. Were you reading?
They just burned Amber. Hi! Very cutesy, very fun. Very fiddly. It's the bill. Which is their work. That's so clear. How can you see it? I'm joking.
Okay. I am mildly caffeinated, not very, and it's time to do my skincare and get my hair ready. It is a hair wash day, but we're gonna go to the gym. That's like the last thing of a slow morning. That's my favorite thing to do, is to go to the gym. I also have had my iPad out, been watching, less watching, more listening to Critical Role Campaign 3, playing Dungeons and Dragons. I've recently discovered Dungeons and Dragons, and I've been really into it. I've been listening to Campaign 3. It's a hair wash day, which means I'm gonna hair oil before we go to the gym and do my whole routine. But before I do that, I'm gonna brush my teeth and do my skincare. This process is like super simple. I found like the overcomplicated 20 million step skincare. 1, I don't have the attention span for. 2, made my skin worse. Like it wasn't working for me. So here's my current setup. Most of it is from The Ordinary single ingredient, because I find that that's the easiest way for me to like track what's going on my skin. Right now I'm finishing off this bottle of squalene cleanser. I cut it open and I'm using the last dregs in there. I have one open, but there's always so much left in the bottle, and I like to use every last drop. This is a budget-friendly option, but still, like, I don't want to waste any product. And then after I wash my face, I'm going in with some hyaluronic acid. I really love this. Make sure your skin is damp before you use this. And I let this sit for a couple of minutes before I go in and use this vitamin D drops. I got this at my Shoppers Drug Mart, and I like it. I have had other vitamin C's that I like a little bit better, that I feel like work a little bit better, but this one was fun, and it's another like great budget-friendly option. And then after that sits on my skin for another couple minutes, I go in with The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA moisturizer. I do this. Again, let that sit for a couple of minutes to like absorb, and I then go in with my jojoba oil on top, and I let that sink in. And I find that especially, that's my dad about the dogs. My dad dropped the dogs off. I find that combo totally helps my dry skin, leaves it super glowy, and like my makeup sits really nice on top of it, and like the cream products that I like to use sit really nicely on top of it. My skin feels like nice and hydrated all day, and I'm not feeling any sort of like dry patches or nastiness. All right, skincare is done. Time for hair, and I am going to start with my big bristle brush and detangle it. My hair doesn't really get tangly anymore. My hair used to be super dry and tangly, but now it's not so bad. Start at the bottom. You guys know how to do this. And because I'm hair oiling like right away, I'm gonna go in with like my super simple head massage, and I'm just gonna take the like bristles of my brush and press it on my head, and it feels really good. And then just go around my whole head like this. And now I like brush each section 5 times. I just kind of do this. Ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then angle it. 1, 2, 3, 5, and then I flip, and then do 10 all over. And I'm not out here doing this every day. This is just hair wash days. and when I'm gonna hair oil. Now that my scalp is nice and massaged, I'm gonna make sure there's no tangles in my hair. Now we oil. I've been using, I just ran out of my first bottle of this. I really liked it. It's the Carol's Daughter Goddess Oil, and I amp it up with some rosemary essential oil. Don't put straight up rosemary essential oils on your head. You will burn your scalp, especially if you are white and pasty like me, okay? Don't do that. I just open up the Carol's Daughter and I become a mad scientist and I mix. So I'm just gonna take a couple of droppers worth. I love the smell of the rosemary oil. Rosemary is one of my favorite herbs to eat. So putting it on my hair is nice. And the Carol's Daughter also smells delicious. Just gonna shake this up and apply it. It has the great nozzle, so I can just do this. And I don't really squeeze it. I squeeze it maybe a little bit, and then I just kind of let it get there, and I run it through each sort of section, all the way from the front to the back. And I've really found this has boosted my hair growth and actually like helped with my oily scalp, believe it or not. And then I do my hairline, because my hairline is this stuff is, I lost all this hair. It was way worse. I lost about this much. It was all this thin as it is right here, all the way back to about here from COVID and working in an essential service. I was working at a bank at the time and I was in an admin role, but that admin role kind of became the de facto like security, and I was the girl at the front with the iPad like checking people in, and people weren't very nice. And like, I mean, everyone was stressed out and everyone was freaking out all the time, and like I was being spat on, I was being degraded, I was being treated really poorly just by customers. And I got so stressed out that I started losing my hair. I lost a crap ton of weight. I eventually, my boss said, I was the one, by the way, I was the one who like, I was like, no, I'm gonna do this because I'm the kind of person that if there's something really terrible happening, I will put myself in the line of fire instead of somebody else. So it was really bad. So it was really bad for me, and I didn't want anybody else to go through it. And my bosses, everyone knew what was happening. I kept volunteering to do the job until, I was crying every day at work. It was really rough, and people did help and people did try, but there was only so much we could do. So I lost a crap ton of hair in that time, and it was really, so I've been trying to grow my hair back ever since then. And the oiling has definitely helped. And I actually got the hair oiling tip and process from an East Indian woman, an older East Indian woman who worked at the bank. And she brought in like her own oil that she used to oil her hair, and she taught me how to do it and everything, and it was amazing. Like on my like last day, like she came in and she like, I was complaining about it and she came in, she helped, she was precious. So now I'm telling you how I do it. She's the one who told me how about the scalp massage and the brush to use and all that. Props to her. And I'm just gonna take like a loony size amount, and my hair is pretty porous, so it picks it up really fast. See the difference between this side and this side? Oh my goodness. That was only a little bit of oil. All right, and then I just like to give it one last brush through to make sure it's as even as it can be. And you can braid your hair, like do a French braid. I like to do a little clip bun and a hat. I have a hat that I wear when my hair is oiled. Then we can go to the gym. You would think that little clip isn't gonna hold, but girl, does it hold. I mean, my hair does. I think if you had thicker texture hair, you may need a larger clip. But I found that these little clips are sometimes better than the bigger ones for my hair texture. Right, I'm going to go and get dressed and get ready for the gym and end this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week. I'm getting back into the rhythm of vlogging. I really do love it. It's super fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying these vlogs too. If you are new to if you are on the vlog channel and you don't know about my main channel, it is heyhimads, and I do all types of DIY content over there, from dyeing my own hair to refinishing furniture and now making over my grandma's house. So I hope you will join us there. They will be linked down below for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next week. Bye.